Hi, I'm Glenn Darcy, Vice President of Product Management for Arturia. Today I'm going to be giving you a little tour of our new Wurlitzer V software. Today I'm going to talk to you about our new Wurlitzer V electric piano. The Wurlitzer V is made up of a physical modeling engine that recreates the electromechanical sounds of the Wurlitzer 200A electric piano. When you open the Wurlitzer, the first thing that you're going to see is the typical 200A front panel that has just a single volume knob as well as a vibrato knob. Arturia has added a lot more depth than what you get with the original Wurlitzer. By going into a separate advanced mode, you can see that we get a whole lot more parameters for adjusting our sound. On the left-hand side of the screen, we have a 10-band graphic equalizer for tailoring your sound. Within the advanced parameters, we have a vibrato rate. We also have pickup distance and pickup axis. This allows you to adjust the simulation of the electrostatic pickups within the Wurlitzer. The impedance control allows you to set how the reeds vibrate. By turning it down, you'll get faster, shorter decays, and by turning it up, you'll get much longer decay times. Harmonic variations are possible with the physical modeling engine. With the default value, we give you a fairly flat, typical Wurlitzer type of sound. The harmonic variations dictate the overtones of the entire sound. The harmonic variations give you a plethora of new sound design options. The dynamics control allows you to tailor how the key response is to volume. When you turn the dynamics down, you'll find that there's little variation between very loud and very soft sounds. When you turn the dynamics value up, you'll find that there's a very great dynamic range. Octave stretch allows you to tailor the tuning across the keyboard. You can go from having a little bit of a flat tuning across the keys to having a sharp tuning. Hammer hardness control allows you to tailor what the hammers themselves were made out of. With this control, you can make it sound like it's a very soft felt or an extremely hard felt. The Wurlitzer has a control for hammer noise. The noise of the hammers actually moving and striking the reed. On the real Wurlitzers, there's a noise actually when you release the keys as well. We have a note-off noise parameter that recreates this. Similarly, when you press down the sustain pedal, you'll also hear a noise on it as it moves the dampers. Once again, with this control, you can turn it all the way off or turn it all the way up so that it's very loud and very present. The hammer noise, the note-off noise, and the sustain pedal noise are all key factors that really create the sound of the original Wurlitzer. On the right-hand side, we have a velocity curve. As you can see in this image, I'm using a bit of a logarithmic curve that seems to work very well alongside my Arturia Analog Laboratory 61 keyboard. With some other keyboards, though, you may want more of a linear curve or more of an exponential curve. By just clicking on the points and dragging it, you can move the curve around how you want. The next thing that we're going to get into is into the effects. Effects are also a crucial element that help create some of the sounds that we know and love so well of Wurlitzers from some of the 60s and 70s recordings. By clicking on Effects, you'll see an animation that opens up a pedal board at the bottom. On the far left of the pedal board, you have a volume pedal. You can also have a wah-wah pedal or an auto-wah effect. The auto-wah can be just a touch wah, or it can also be modulated with an LFO to give you a constant wah effect. In the other four slots, we have a number of effects. They're all pretty much the standard flanger, phaser, chorus, delays, compressors, overdrives, and a pitch shift chorus, as well as a vocal filter that are kind of unique to us. Each of these effects can be placed in any order that you want them. The effects will create all kinds of sounds and give you a lot of sound design potential. On the output mode, we have the options of direct, Leslie, and guitar amp. With the direct setting, you go through what is a simulated direct box and then into a studio reverb. This would be the typical sound that you might use going live where you're plugging into a direct box or within a studio. One way that a lot of people used Wurlitzers back in the old days was to run them through a regular guitar amp. So we added a guitar amp model here. This model gives you the standard volume, drive, spring reverb, low, mid, and high tone controls. We also give you microphone modeling. If you click down on the bottom of the cabinet, you'll see that we have different cabinet models as well. Finally, we've added a Leslie effect. Now, the Leslie wasn't typically used with electric pianos back in the 70s or 80s, but once we started to play with some of the other harmonic options, we found that it really made a lot of sense to go on and add the Leslie in here. By clicking on the MIDI assign mode, you'll see all these different parameters that show up in purple can actually be assigned to a MIDI CC value. You can save this configuration for whatever your favorite setup is and load different configurations whenever you want. This makes sound creation very easy, as you can then just move a knob or slider on your keyboard controller. I'd invite you to visit us at www.arturia.com and download a demo of the Wurlitzer V.